All right, you guys, let's talk about the president because the White House won't. Yesterday's cabinet meeting wasn't a meeting. It was a 3-hour servility seminar, a sycophantic seance where every secretary took turns stroking his ego while he literally drifted off to sleep. A snoozing sovereign, a nodding Nero, napped through national briefings while his cabinet coddled him like a cranky toddler king. And we're supposed to pretend this man is fine? He cannot walk in a straight line. He cannot finish a sentence without swerving into delusion. His pants are outlining what suspiciously looks like a Foley catheter, which would match years of reporting about incontinence issues they still won't address. His personality is unraveling, his inhibitions evaporating, his temper flaring, the worst parts of him bursting through like a boil you can't bandage. And then came the MRI mess. He proudly announced he got one, but can't say on what part of the body. Who gets shoved into a clanging metal tube for 30 minutes without knowing why? Someone is lying or someone is losing their grip on reality. Neither is inspiring. Then his propagandist, KK Caroline Levitt, stepped up and insisted it was a full body MRI. It was a full body. There's this certain part of the elite that do get full body MRIs because they can afford them, but that's not a thing for regular people, right? Like probably even for presidents. And except she only read the cardiac and abdominal results from the physician's notes. If it was a full body, where are the rest of the results? The head, spine, neurological imaging? Missing, deleted, denied. This administration treats medical transparency like classified material, which, with this president, it probably is. And the weekly cognitive tests he brags about, that's not confidence. That's not a flex. That is monitoring a decline. You don't run cognitive exams every week unless you're tracking a slide. You cannot stop. Now let's move on to the next circus act, Kash Patel, the podcast prophet of the deep state. Now the FBI director with the entitlement of a medieval prince. The man who once screamed about government waste is now abusing the FBI's private jet for his girlfriend pickup service. His excuse on Fox? Why wouldn't I? Because you're not a monarch, Kash. Because taxpayers aren't your personal Uber Black. Because accountability exists. Or it should. He showed up uninvited at the Charlie Kirk assassination scene, pulled agents away from their active duties investigating, and refused to step off the plane until somebody got him an FBI raid jacket. But they only had big grown-up men there, so he needed one in medium tyrant size. A female agent gave him hers. He still whined about not having the patches until a guy ripped off his own, slapped him on him, to shut the fuck up, to shut him up. This is the level of professionalism running federal law enforcement at the moment. Then Laura Ingraham, softball queen of fascist state regime television known as Fox News, asked him if he had regrets about not releasing the Epstein files. Any regrets? A wild question, unless she knows he's definitely going to be replaced soon. Well, he claimed the FBI released 40,000 pages already. Conveniently skipping that, 38,000 of those pages were already public documents from the Jeffrey Maxwell case. Meanwhile, leaked emails show that the Bureau has been actively redacting Trump and other GOP names from the files since April. The moment Trump learned the files were worse for him than previously thought, he ordered, stop it, kill them, don't let them out. This is what law and order looks like now. Cover-ups, corruption, and cowardice. Then came the cabinet meeting from hell, the 3 hours of praise so pathetic it would make Kim Jong-un blush. They announced it would focus on affordability, but affordability never arrived. Trump just napped through it. Eyes closed, mouth slack, his cabinet aides talking about his greatness to an audience of one unconscious man. When he finally woke up, a reporter asked him about the affordability crisis. He denied its existence. He laughed. He snarled that affordability was a hoax created by the Democrats. Meanwhile, inflation is spiking because of his global trade war, which he quietly began undoing by lowering his own tariffs to ease prices he caused. Actions louder than lies. And Pete Hegseth, the man who turned drone footage into a flex, when confronted about the narco-terrorists and the double tap that took out survivors clinging to debris, he framed it as self-defense. He mocked anyone who questioned him. It was until around 6 p.m. yesterday when apparently he'd had a chance to talk to attorneys. And they probably reminded him that summary execution is in fact illegal. Suddenly, he said he didn't watch the strike. He doesn't have time to watch all the strikes. He has a lot of stuff to do. He's got a big, important job here. He blamed Admiral Bradley. He said Bradley made the call, but he supports it 100%. I got your back. I know you're going to get in that knife fight right now. Go ahead. I got your back. I'm over here. That kind of shit. Yeah, I got your back, motherfucker. Is that warrior ethos? Is it? I'm just wondering. Is that the lethality? Is that what we would expect from the Secretary of War? Immediately he throws his commander under the bus. He was the one that rotted the fucking military. He is the one that's been purging it. But that's not an excuse. Our military members should fucking know better. That's why the Democrats came out and reminded them to only obey legal orders. And that's why the reaction over there was because they knew they were doing illegal shit. So is that warrior ethos or a worm in uniform? This is what you get. He fired every JAG attorney so no one could tell him he was committing a war crime. Then Fox News pivoted to Christmas cope, not admitting the economy is tanking, but telling viewers instead to only buy gifts this year for kids age 3 to 18 because, adults, we don't need presents. We're grown. So apparently adults don't need joy this year under Trump's tanking economy. They just can't admit reality, so they spin austerity as responsibility, as frugality. And while all this chaos unfolded, the DHS Twitter account still reads it's being run from Jerusalem. What the fuck? Hello? Anybody at the wheel? The bigger picture? Democrats need moral clarity on affordability, on economics, on fascism, and critically on Israel. Because the Democratic base is done. We're done funding genocide, apartheid, and annihilation. We can love Jewish people without loving Netanyahu's far-right, rapture-addicted, ethno-nationalist government. The progressive movement is filled with millions of Jewish members who stand with Palestinians and against mass slaughter. This isn't fringe. This is the future. So, Democratic establishment, get your shit together. We have moved left. We want health care for all. We want free community college. We want paid leave. We want 4-day work weeks. We want human rights. We're building a movement that prioritizes people, not donors, not AIPAC, not defense contractors. And if Democrats embrace moral clarity instead of triangulation, future